So, venture was something that I was kind of curious about from a young age and startup in general. So I played around with a few different businesses through high school and through university, some in the e-commerce space with debutante dresses, and then I did a ed tech startup when I was in university, and we were talking to some investors through that process. And it got me more curious as to the other side of the table. I thought initially I would be jumping into the startup scene, but I felt like because I was at the very beginning of my career at the time, I didn't have the resources and the tools to be able to effectively scale a company. So I thought, okay, let's see what venture capital is about. So I kind of did a few courses at university studying the space. And then a short time at Antler, which is an early
Yep.
stage VC program. They run an accelerator. And they came into the Australian market. I think it was 3 years at the time they'd been in Australia when I was working for them. So that was very much of a startup culture, and I loved it. I loved kind of the attitude and the wearing all hats side of things there. So I was interested in kind of exploring venture more, and I did a program with Monash, and we came over to Berkeley University for a few weeks and did like a intensive innovation and VC program here. And a part of that was exploring the Bay and exploring Silicon Valley, and we were touring all of these places, some great firms and Google and Apple and things like that, and just really being immersed in the culture over here in Silicon Valley. And I came to Plug and Play and did a tour. And the general partner, Ali Reza, came in and he was kind of telling us about startup and said, you know what, pitch me an idea and I'll tell you if it's going to work or not. And I was really curious. He obviously knew so much, and he had great experience and had seen so many startups. So I chased him for a follow-up meeting for one of the startups, which were from Monash. I said, would you take a meeting? Like, we have a founder who's really interested in investment from US investors. It didn't work out, but he ended up saying to me, hey, look, we'd love to get more involved in the Australian ecosystem. Would you come over? We had someone pull out last minute, and we'd love to bring you over here.
Wow.
So I said, yeah, why not? I thought if I want to go and be serious about venture, Silicon Valley is the place to be. So I headed over around 18 months ago.
Wow, what a story. That gives me like utter goosebumps, right?